Alright, let's dive into the incredible journey of chocolate production, starting with the cultivation and harvesting of cacao trees. Cacao trees, also known as Theobroma cacao, are primarily grown in tropical regions like West Africa, Central and South America, and Asia. These trees thrive in high humidity and rainfall conditions, usually under the shade of larger trees. The cacao tree produces large oval-shaped pods, which are the main source of chocolate goodness. These pods come in various colors, such as yellow, orange, and red, and can grow up to a foot long. Inside each cacao pod, you'll find a sweet white pulp surrounding 30 to 50 cacao beans. These beans are the true stars of the chocolate making process. Now, harvesting cacao pods is quite a labor-intensive process. Farmers carefully remove the ripe pods from the trees, using machetes or long poles with a cutting edge. Once they've collected the pods, they crack them open and scoop out the beans along with the surrounding pulp. At this point, the beans don't taste anything like the chocolate we know and love. Their journey is just beginning, but it's an essential step in chocolate production. Moving on to the next important step in chocolate production, the fermentation and drying process of cacao beans. These processes play a crucial role in developing the unique flavors of chocolate we all enjoy. Once the cacao beans are harvested and separated from the pulp, they're piled into heaps, covered with banana leaves, or placed into specialized fermentation boxes. The natural sugars in the beans and pulp trigger the fermentation process, which typically lasts between 5 to 7 days. During this time, the beans undergo a series of chemical changes as the sugars are converted into acids and heat is generated. Fermentation is essential for developing the complex flavors in chocolate. The process eliminates any bitter or astringent flavors and allows the chocolate signature taste to emerge. It's fascinating how something as simple as fermentation can have such a significant impact on the final product. After fermentation, the beans need to be dried to reduce their moisture content and prevent mold growth. This is usually done by spreading the beans out on large, flat surfaces under the sun. It can take up to a week for the beans to dry completely, depending on the weather conditions. Once the beans are dried, they're sorted, packed, and shipped to chocolate manufacturers around the world. It's amazing to think that these humble beans have traveled such a long way and have undergone a remarkable transformation, all to bring us the delicious taste of chocolate. Now that we've learned about the cultivation, harvesting, fermentation, and drying of cacao beans, let's explore the next step in chocolate production: roasting and grinding the beans to create a smooth chocolate liquor. Roasting is a critical step that not only removes any remaining moisture from the beans, but also helps to further develop the chocolate's flavor profile. The cacao beans are roasted at temperatures ranging from 250 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes to 2 hours. The roasting time and temperature depend on the desired flavor and the type of beans being used. During roasting, the beans' natural flavors are enhanced, and any unwanted residual flavors are eliminated. The roasting process also causes the beans' outer shells to become brittle, making them easier to remove. After roasting, the beans are cooled and then passed through a machine that cracks and removes the outer shells, leaving behind the nibs. These nibs are the essence of chocolate and are packed with rich flavors and cocoa butter. The next step involves grinding the nibs into a smooth, thick paste. This process generates heat, causing the cocoa butter within the nibs to melt and form a rich, viscous liquid known as chocolate liquor. Don't let the name fool you, though. There's no alcohol in chocolate liquor. It's simply a pure, unadulterated chocolate base that serves as the foundation for creating various chocolate products. So, from the cacao tree to chocolate liquor, we've come a long way in our chocolate journey. But there's still more to learn. So let's keep going. Continuing our journey through the world of chocolate production, let's examine the refining and conching processes that further develop the texture and flavor of the chocolate. Refining is the process of grinding the chocolate liquor even more finely, reducing the particle size of the cocoa solids and sugar. This step ensures a smooth and consistent texture in the final product. To do this, manufacturers use large machines with heavy rollers or steel balls that crush and grind the chocolate liquor. At this stage, other ingredients can be added to the mix, like milk powder and sugar for milk chocolate, or additional cocoa butter for a creamier texture. Now, on to conching. The word conching comes from the shape of the original machines used in the process, which resembled seashells or conchas in Spanish. Conching is a prolonged mixing and agitating process, typically lasting anywhere from a few hours to several days. During this time, the chocolate is heated and continuously stirred in large open containers. Conching serves multiple purposes. Firstly, it helps to evaporate any remaining moisture in the chocolate, which can negatively impact its shelf life and texture. Secondly, it helps to further develop and mellow the chocolate's flavor by breaking down any remaining acidic compounds. Lastly, conching improves the chocolate's texture by smoothing out any remaining rough particles, resulting in a silky, velvety mouthfeel. So refining and conching are essential steps in the chocolate making process, ensuring that our favorite treat has the perfect balance of flavor, texture, and overall deliciousness. We're getting closer to the final product, so let's move on to the next stage in chocolate production. We've arrived at the final stages of chocolate production: tempering and molding. These steps give chocolate its final form and appearance, transforming it into the delicious treat we all know and adore. Additionally, let's discuss the different types of chocolate, such as milk, dark, and white chocolate. Tempering is the process of carefully heating and cooling the chocolate to achieve a specific crystal structure. This ensures that the chocolate has a smooth and glossy finish, as well as a satisfying snap when broken. During tempering, the chocolate is gradually heated to a specific temperature, then cooled, and finally reheated to a lower temperature. This controlled process encourages the formation of stable cocoa butter crystals, which are responsible for the desirable texture and appearance of the final product. Once the chocolate is tempered, it's ready to be poured into molds. These molds come in all shapes and sizes, from simple bars to intricate three-dimensional designs. The chocolate-filled molds are then tapped gently to remove any air bubbles and ensure an even distribution of chocolate. Afterward, the molds are chilled to allow the chocolate to set and solidify. And now, let's talk about the different types of chocolate. The main categories are milk, dark, and white chocolate. Each type has a distinct composition and flavor profile. 1. Milk chocolate is made by combining chocolate liquor with milk powder or condensed milk, sugar, and additional cocoa butter. It has a creamy, sweet taste and a lighter color compared to dark chocolate. 2. Dark chocolate contains a higher percentage of chocolate liquor and cocoa solids, along with sugar and cocoa butter. It's known for its more intense, bitter flavor, and it often has a higher concentration of antioxidants due to the increased cocoa content. 3. White chocolate, contrary to popular belief, is still considered chocolate. It's made from cocoa butter, sugar, and milk powder, but it doesn't contain any cocoa solids. This gives white chocolate its pale color and mild sweet flavor. So there you have it, the fascinating journey of chocolate from cacao tree to the delightful treat we enjoy today. From cultivation and harvesting to fermentation, drying, roasting, grinding, refining, conching, tempering, and molding, every step plays a crucial role in creating the chocolate we know and love. And with milk, dark, and white chocolate varieties, there's a type of chocolate to suit everyone's taste buds. Enjoy!